Okay, so hello everyone on this Sunday afternoon here in England, because it's all global community gathering. Um, so I wanted to do this firstly because some of us have been following the Venus cycle, and although it's not one of the kind of official seven gates, what's happening today is an eighth gate, and it's a Venus moon conjunction. So Venus and the moon arrive in the same place in the zodiac, and they create in this beautiful feminine energy portal, being Venus and the moon. And where they do this is in Jinki 25. Jinki 25 goes from the shadow of constriction to the gift of acceptance and the city of universal love. And it feels like a really important Jinki for our times, for everyone. And in fact, Neptune is going to be in there, entering into Jinki 25. I think it's on the 15th of April. And yeah, that's according to Phoebe, that's an exalted position for Neptune. So it feels like for the collective, Neptune is going to be opening up this possibility of acceptance of who we are, where we are in our lives, the imperfection of things, and then that opening of universal love. It's quite funny because I'm in a friend's house today, and I don't know if you can see behind me, there's like a heart with wings, which feels very much like a universal love symbol. So we're going to be working with the three animals from the dream arc. So the dream arc has three animals for each of the gene keys. There's a fear key. In this gene key, it's the salmon. It's a fish. The mammal is the gift key, and this is the lion. And then the city is always a bird. It's a vision of the future. And it's the flamingo, which I'm totally fascinated by flamingos. And, you know, they're kind of able to transmute like a massive amount of toxicity. And that's what turns their feathers so pink and beautiful. So, yeah, I'm quite fascinated by that idea. And then I thought, although we kind of came on to connect with Gene Key 25, and then, by the way, this is a very deep earth portal for Venus. It's in the underworld. So it's like the earth star chakra. It's connecting us into Gaia's energy today. And then look at the 51 as well. We'll maybe just do one animal from the 51. Where the sun is right now, and tomorrow we're going to have this total solar eclipse. I believe it will be actually seen, we'll be able to see it in the evening from Britain, as long as it's kind of dark enough, we'll see. But it's sort of going right over America and some really interesting places apparently in America. So we'll look at the 51. And decide when we get there which animal we're going to look at. Okay, so some of you have been in this creative writing that I like to do. It's inspired by a poet called Mary Oliver, whose book I read, The Handbook of Poetry. This first exercise we're going to do, where we're basically going to gather together 16 words that we resonate with as we read through these gene keys animals. So we might end up with more than 16 initially, but we're going to then bring it to 16. We're going to bring it down to 8, 4, 2 and 1. And what this one word is going to represent is an essence word of what this journey around universal love and this very powerful initiation energy that's opening up through this eclipse portal in the 51, which is all to do with this initiation awakening energy. So we're going to come to this one essential word. That's our intention. And then from that one word, we'll do some writing. I'll give you some prompts, or you might follow your own prompts. If you don't want to write, you can also draw or create whatever you want to use the time for. That's absolutely fine. And there's no right or wrong, because it's really about us all exploring what this means for us in a way that kind of draws things out of the subconscious and into the conscious mind. That's what we're doing as well. And so quite a lot of our time will be spent writing, and we can switch our cameras off. If you want to play your own music, you're welcome to do that. And then we'll come back at the end, and anyone who wants to share what they've written can share as well. Okay, so first thing we need, does everyone have note paper and a pen? Yes? Okay. So let's take a look, first of all, at the salmon. I'm going to screen share. Oh, hang on. Here it is. Okay. Okay, so let's just take a moment to take a deep breath together, because what we want to do is be really listening with our whole body to what resonates in the dream arc for us. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath in together through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. So I'm going to read this first one of Salmon. You can keep your eyes closed or open, whatever feels right. But really listening deeply through your ears, through your body. And as we go along, just any words that really stand out to you, they might feel positive, they also might feel negative. Either way, we're just going to make a long list of words as we go. And don't worry about how many there are at the moment, because we'll pare them down at the end. Okay, so Salmon is a journeyer, and it's a fear key. And the fear is of not finding love. I am Salmon. Of all the creatures, I am one of the most resilient and persevering. You will need these qualities for the journey that lies ahead of you. Our journey will be one of great effort and trials, punctuated with frequent rests in quiet pools of calm and pause. In truth, your journey through time and space on this earth is such a journey. Each life is a great effort to evolve, and then you rest in between your lives. This life you have before you is the opportunity to play out this journey in full awareness. Instead of just reacting to the forces of fate, now you are mature enough to actually begin to shape your own journey. I recommend you take more rests and pauses. Pause often each day, and each year take as many longer pauses as you can to get away from the journey and just unplug. We salmon are adept at this rhythm. You humans less so, since you forget to rest and then become exhausted. Some of you, on the other hand, do not persist in your efforts to move upstream and give up too easily. You are a fighter. You would not have called me otherwise. We fighters are the best at resting too. We never give up in our quest. Whatever you are dreaming into being, never give up on it. Even if you do not achieve it in this lifetime, never give up. Look into the cycles of your birth. Explore where you have come from and where you are going. Actively participate in the journey of reincarnation. You may fear not finding love, but you must find yourself first. When you feel constriction in your body and being, it is a sign that you need to do one of two things: rest and renew yourself, or dig deeper and push onwards. You must decide which is needed and when. Know that as you get closer to your source, the pull of the Great Mother becomes stronger, and the journey, therefore, becomes more effortless. Effort leads to effortlessness. Yours is the path of acceptance. So accept all that comes your way and surrender to its teaching. You cannot go wrong. All is learning. You are here to lead a deep, rich life. What is preventing you from doing it? Contemplate this question deeply. So let's take a little breath into that. Yeah, I love this Celtic story. That's where I know the salmon from. Is the salmon is the most sacred creature to the Celts and represents supreme wisdom. Like the serpent in other traditions, the Celtic salmon was the meaning of contacting other world powers and gaining visions. It also an attribute of the old god Nodons and is connected to sacred wells and springs. Okay, so that's salmon. So let's go to lion next, which is the gift. Does anyone want to volunteer to read lion? I love lions. Oh, God, hang on. Go back to lion. Does anyone want to read lion? I don't know if you can see it enough on the screen.
I'll read it. I'm pulling it up on my phone.
Okay.
In 1 second, that helps. Let's see.
I'll leave the picture then here.
Okay, here we go. 25 lion. All right. Lion category, guardians, life key, love of self-acceptance. I am lion. Long ago, in a time forgotten, we lions walked aside of you humans. We share our lives and spaces. We live as one family, as friends and equals. A deep sadness has fallen across our mother's face since then, for it was written that we all should be parted from each other for a great stretch of time. As lion, we too fell from our higher role among the creatures of Gaia. The great task of renewal was gifted to humanity until each of you has realized your true nature and healed the division within. The children of Gaia will not be reunited. It is with a heavy heart I share this secret with you now. And yet the time is now coming. The great change is upon us. Your task now is to rediscover the vast love that lies in the heart of your being, in the heart of all beings. You are a vessel of this awakening. You are the light of the ages. Your task is to rekindle this solar flame and bring it to us. My news is therefore great news. Every human has the heart of a lion. So dig deep and cast out the shadows that prevent you from claiming your birthright, your magnificence. Only you stand in your own way. You cannot blame another. I am the guardian of the element of fire. We lions come from the sun. Wake early and gaze at our beauty in the dawn. We are the immortal spirit of Christ. We are the great family of beings. We exist as both masculine and feminine poles in perfect balance. Often you bring on imbalance of an attention on your masculine side. Wondrous and powerful though the lion's roar is, do not forget the power of the lioness. A lioness, we come as protection, as softness at play, as joy, patience, and freedom. Therefore, find whatever in life brings you joy and do that. Arrange things so that your life is simpler, so that you can share in the great feast that is life. Awaken the joy of your life and share it. Cradle it as lioness lets her cubs roll over across their back. Accept your wounds, yes, but then heal them and move on. Never quit your expanding in the field of light. We are your greater family. Wait for you to fulfill your great task. We wait in the shadows, hoping and dreaming for the faithful day when we can return to our true role as your friend and equal. In Egypt, the lion was identified as Ra and Horus. An African, that was a reincarnation of ancestors and the power of the clan spirit. And Christian, it's Christ himself.
Thanks, Pat. I love that. When I did the dream arc, lion came out as my guardian animal, and they're so awesome in real life. Okay, so flamingo. Anyone else want to read? I'll read if not, but okay, I'll read it. Okay, so flamingo is a changer. It's the vision of universal love. We are flamingo, a burst of flame saturating the flood of space-time are we. I come to offer you a great challenge. If you have chosen me at this time and your soul is ready for a reckoning, this is no joke. You are on the edge of a great breakthrough. Probably you are racked by unconscious fears that you do not understand. You may even not wish to look there, which is understandable. We flamingos are changers. We are here to guide you through the great breakthroughs. Our togetherness signifies that you can never be alone. However, you have chosen at a deep level to transmute a large swathe of collective karma. For those who are given this great honor, you are one of the hidden saints. Whatever you are facing in your life right now, know that it is not about your life. There's great pain held in our collective DNA. Your heart is ready to receive and transmute this pain. You have no choice but to allow it all the way in. Of course, this is frightening to your mind, but you will learn something momentous here over the next few weeks of your life, that the human heart knows no bounds. Every ancestor who has felt the same pain has opened into the great love that lies in humanity. As you therefore allow the pain, you are also allowing the love of every father and grandfather, of every mother and grandmother, of every child in the history of the universe. Entertain, therefore, the great human love. My people have absorbed the toxins of the same pain, and it has transformed us into something numinous and beautiful. This is why we glow with the flames of our love. The same will be with you. Let the children of the future not have to carry this pain. Do this for them. See their faces and hear their voices of innocence as they embrace the freedom that you have given them. Whatever you're dealing with in your personal life, know that you do this transformation for the children and for the creatures and for the innocence of our world. Take courage and let fly. Open your heart all the way. There is nothing your love cannot contain and transform. Wonderful. So just take a breath into that and just noting any of those words that you want to use. Okay. So now we shall go to the 51, see what's going on there. I think the condor is the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read this one, Pat, as well?
Sure.
Is the 51 the condor?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go for condor.
Okay, let's get my mic. Oh, I am open. Okay, the condor is the leaper. It's a vision key of effortless awakening. I am Condor. I am the effortless grace of awakening. What draws you now to awakening will continue to lead you higher and higher. There is nothing you need to do other than that which is called out of your true nature. This is the great paradise of awakening. The edge, which is called the edge, okay. This is the great paradox of awakening, the edge between doing and not doing. Just as the wind quivers through my feathers, so let your doing be filled with the spirit of not doing. Set aside some time. It can be a day or longer. Commit yourself to not doing. This does not mean doing nothing, though it may involve that too. Do nothing means that you allow your activities to arise in perfect rhythm and timing with the whole cosmos. Now is the time for your potentiality to make a great leap. Such a time will be filled by natural pauses. Pauses are the stepping stones of awakening. A pause can be a deep sigh. A pause can be a soft smile. A pause is time out of samsara. One day, in one of these pauses, the leap will occur. So know that if you do not create the pauses, the leaps cannot occur. Your journey to awakening has brought you to me, one of the leapers I am. I am the Thunderbird. Ride on my back, and I will carry you to the stars of your greatness with aspirations. Let your aspirations be the thermals that lift you high and deeper into your own center. To ascend is to descend. To go up is to go in. Feel the softness of my feathers. These feathers are the strings of your heart. The greater the challenge I set you, the softer you must become. Understand that grace is an orchestrating every single aspect of your life. Wherever you turn, there is grace. Grace must be listened to deeply. Where is there pain? Listen to the pain. Lean towards that pain. Let it fill you. Do not flinch. Rather soften to it. It will lead you towards me. The great mystery of awakening is so often misconceived in your world. It is not some faraway event limiting only to the extremes. It is as close as heartbeat, as simple as essence. Be gentle with yourself, therefore, until there is no push left inside of you. That will be a good day. In North and South America, this bird has often been associated with the sun and the upper world, as well as the thunderbird. It's an embolic of the legendary thunderbird around many of the legends that people have formed. It seeks the highest of all goals. It's a symbol of effortless that comes with seeking further and more clearly.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. That's amazing because that kind of really stands out to me. Like the leap comes through the pausing, and I love this thing. Be gentle with yourself, therefore, until there's no push left inside you. That's hard to imagine. That will be a good day, but I feel the truth of that we're really being encouraged to stop pushing and kind of just be in with everything that's going on for us. Okay, so let me come out of this. So what we're going to do is get our words down to 16 words. So one on top of each other and put a number next to them so you can see what they are. So just give you a couple of minutes to get your words down to 16. It could be a phrase as well. My first one is quiet pools. So yeah, I'll shut up now. Okay, so we've got our 16 words. And what we're going to do is bring them down to 8 words. So what I tend to do is do a couple of lines from word 1 and 2 to my third word. So what we're doing here is we're making a word association. A bit closer. So it's going to come out backwards, but so my first word is deep pools. My second word was mature. And the image that came to mind was like a breeding ground for the salmon. When they mature, they go back to the same breeding pool. So what I've put is breeding there. Okay. So you're going to do that with word 1 and 2. Then word 3 and 4, I have numinous is my third word. My fourth word is awakening. And from that, I got permeable plasma. Then moving down, my fifth word is flame. My sixth word is self-acceptance. And what comes to mind with that is heart with wings, this thing behind me. So you're going to come down to basically 8 words or phrases. So we'll just take another couple of minutes and find a way to indicate to me that you're complete with that. Okay, um so from our 8 words now, we're going to bring them down to 4 words. So from the previous round, say I had reading from words 1 and 2 and permeable plasma from 3 and 4. So my word I'm making with that is ovum. Okay, and then we're going to go down. So from the word you made with 5 and 6, 7 and 8, you're going to bring that down to one word. So by the time you're finished, you're going to have 4 words, and you're making them by association. So you bring the 2 words together, and what's the third word or phrase that kind of pops out? Okay, so then just to give you an example, I got mine down to 4 words, which were ovum, bird, goddess, and purification. And then I'm going to bring them down to 2. So from ovum and bird, I've got blue egg. And from goddess and purification, I've got Mary, as in Mother Mary. And then from blue egg and Mary, I've got cosmic rebirth, but it kind of comes out of a bluebird's egg. So this is what you want to do, is bring it down to one essential thing. And this is kind of your own very special oracle that's been pulled out of your subconscious. Maybe we'll just share those in the chat, and I can read them out.
You want us to share the last word?
Yeah, mine's a bit more of a concept, but yeah. Or you could read it out if you don't mind reading it out loud, Patricia.
Mine's nature.
Nature. Okay, lovely. Thanks, Phoebe.
Mine is sanctus.
Sanctus. Oh, nice. Very good.
And I'll share a story about it later.
Okay. It's funny, in another forum I'm in, someone was just sharing the etymology of the word, like sanctuary and sanctified. Now we have sanctus. Yeah. Have you got down to a word, Lee?
Paradox.
Okay, great. So we've got nature. I'm just going to write him in the chat. Nature, sanctus, and paradox. Yeah, just make a note of anything you might want to share at the end. Okay, so having got down to that, what we're going to do is I'm going to give some questions. You could answer those, or your thing might have set you off on a new path that you want to investigate. But I will give you these questions. So the first question I thought of is, what do I feel constricted by right now? Because that's the shadow of this 25. What is that feeling of constriction? What is that? How's that arriving for you? So I'm going to give us 15 minutes. So we'll come back. And if you want to go and make a cup of tea or anything, if you want to close your camera. So we'll come back at 5:05, and then I'll give another question, and then we'll do a bit more writing. Okay, so happy writing. Just a couple of more minutes, and then we'll have a little sharing if anyone wants to share yet. Okay, so I'm going to pause the recording and we'll just have a kind of interim sharing, see if there's anything anyone wants to share. Like you could share your words and how you got to your word. You could share anything that you've written now, or you can share about your process, anything that has sort of come to you through the process without reading your work necessarily. So I will pause